Good morning. Welcome back to Four More Minutes. I am Sam Bailey, the Soul Stir, stirring up your hearts and your minds for God. I want to thank you for joining me here today, and I appreciate all those who will share these messages. And please subscribe to the Soul Stir on YouTube, as this is the most effective way of doing so. Please share it about 45 people. You never know who this message could impact today in a mighty way. I want to talk to you today about understanding that everybody is not your project or your assignment. This is so important to realize. Sometimes when we take on other people's stuff or other people, we find ourselves being drained. We don't even realize why we are drained. As if our own schedules aren't enough and our own children aren't enough and our own relationships aren't enough. We try to take on the problems and the burdens of others as well. Now, I understand, even last night I talked about we ought to look not on our own interests, but look at the things of others and what other people need and what other people are going through. But you got to understand your limits. You got to know your own capacity to do so. Everybody's not your project. Some people live their whole lives to fix everybody else, to save everybody else, to take on everybody else. I could turn them around. If they get to talk to me, they would change, but that's not always the case. Sometimes it is a lesson to learn that you can't change everybody, you can't fix everybody, you don't know how to solve everybody's problems. Some people like that, right? The nurturing, caring, compassionate part of you wants to be the one. And sometimes it's the prideful, egotistical part of us that wants to be the one to say that I changed them or I alter their life. And all of us have a part to play. But everybody's not your project and everybody's not your assignment. And the truth of the matter is, some people find the way that they are. They don't need you to intervene in their lives for the better. Maybe they like their lives the way that it is. There are some people who do need interventions, who find themselves in the far country of life or down and out because of some addiction. And it's important for them to find that intervention with someone they love. But you got to choose those type of people carefully. A lot of times God will bring them to you, and they'll be placed in your life at a time and a season that's unexpected for you. But you can't take on everybody's stuff. I'm sorry, those children are grown now. They got to learn how to deal with it and process it. Sometimes we got to learn to sit in our own messes and our own mistakes, and to learn the lessons that we need to learn. We cannot be enabled, which we often do. We enable others so they can't even see the lesson that God wants them to learn. And then we wonder why they never change. That's because they've been saved and rescued and helped when they should have been given tough love. So everybody's not your project. Maybe that's why you're drained. We shouldn't be living life drained, feeling drained all the time, tired when I wake up, tired when I went to bed. You got sleep, but you didn't get rest. That's because you got everybody's stuff stacked on top of your own. So I'm praying today that you would, first of all, take inventory and evaluate and reevaluate who you have in your life, and who stuff that you're carrying. I know your mama, I know your wifey, I know that your sister, girl, whatever you are, whoever you are to everybody, but you can't carry all those hats. What good is it when you're gone? I told someone before, when you're dead and gone, all those people who need you, they're going to figure out how to do it, and they're going to pull it together, whether you're here or not. So sometimes we break our own hearts by exaggerating our importance in other people's lives. Don't do that. Just know you have a place, you have a role. Go so far, and when you've done all that you can do, release them to God. Let them learn their lesson. Everybody's not your project or assignment. Lastly, Moses got frustrated, right? He was leading God's people out of the wilderness, and God told him to do it a different way. First time he spoke to a rock and struck a rock, and water came out. The second time he told him to speak to the rock, but he struck it because he got frustrated with the people that were around him. God told him to lead the people, and that's different than changing their hearts about things. That was his job. Well, God bless you all. Have a wonderful day today. We'll see you next time right here on Four More Minutes. Thank you.